Hello people from YouTube, are you ready to paint a lion? Because yes, we are painting a lion this time, or at least a shape of a lion, the silhouette of a lion. I thought this was a good time to try to make a kind of a test of an exam of how your hand has been developing to this point. So if you can paint this lion, you are ready to go to harder stuff, okay? But if you can't, you don't worry, we're going to keep doing more paintings, easy paintings like this, okay? You don't worry. Remember, we start with a wet canvas with medium, and I'm spreading cadmium yellow. I'm kind of making this central lower part saturated with paint, and I'm spreading the rest to the top, especially to the top. Remember, our lower part is going to be black, so we don't need to work that much there. Good, let's pick cadmium yellows, cadmium red, sorry. These are the colors that we used in our first painting, but you are going to look how they look different in this painting, because we are going to actually play with the neutralization of this mix, which, if you can remember, give us a super vibrant orange. We're going to keep some of that orange, but not all, to give the sensation of the night coming upon us, okay? So this is pure cadmium red that I'm spreading at the top part and let it mix with the yellow, okay? Pretty easy. Remember, with the medium underneath these layers, it's super easy to spread the paint. You can do it too without the medium, of course, but it's harder to spread the paint around. Move the paint around, but it's possible. Usually in super elaborated paintings, you don't use medium, because that gives you an extra layer to work, okay? We are here kind of sacrificing one layer to let the paint spread easily around the canvas. Very good, very good. Add little by little of red. Little by little, we're going to need more, but start with little, especially because, remember, you don't have experience with the paint, and it can get scary if you get a super dark color that you were not expecting. So you can get a little bit scared. Of course, you can always change it, but on the eye is like, oh, then I just mess up. Okay, let's pick a bit more of a red and let's spread it here on the sky part. We're playing with the same idea that we've been playing. Let's darken the surrounding areas of the canvas, of the painting, to draw the attention kind of to the middle part, okay? But in this particular painting, we're going to have our attention a little bit to the left, okay? So it is going to be bottom, center, loaded a little bit to the left. Okay. Okay, we need to get here a bit more of an orange color. But pay attention to my strokes. All of those are horizontal strokes. I kind of pulling these stripes of color into the yellow to create this shape, kind of a cloudy effect already. Back in the distance. Yes, we are playing with these super saturated areas versus those that are lighter. We don't want a sky that is this light, but we're going to darken it little by little, so you don't worry. This is a pretty easy background, so we can focus a little bit more on the lion. That, remember, is only the silhouette, but it can be daunting, especially for the beginners. Okay, so we're gonna stop there and painting it in real time. Okay, we're gonna make it slow, you don't worry. Look how this super vibrant orange is starting to take shape here in the part where the saturated yellow is touching this saturated red. Okay, super vibrant orange, very pretty, without using the orange out of the tube. It's a super cool orange, so you don't actually need orange in your palette. What if you like it? You can have it. You can have it. Both palettes, a limited palette and a palette with all the colors, have their advantages. We will talk about them, but later. For now, you don't worry, work with these colors. By the way, this could be a pretty cool palette. If you want a limited palette, we're going to use basically 3 primary colors, which is cadmium yellow, cadmium red, and I'm choosing ultramarine blue. Okay, ultramarine blue would be my primary blue for this palette. You might be a little bit confused, but there's actually more than 3 primary colors. Okay, but you don't worry about it right now, so you don't get too confused. Okay, this is pure. Guess the color, please. Okay, no, this is not black. This is pure ultramarine blue, right out of the tube. And what's happening here? That is neutralizing the kind of orange color that I have here. So this is creating this kind of grayish tone, but with some underlying purples. And if you're smart enough, you probably realize that you can mix your own black with this mix. Okay, what would you need to create black? 2 dark colors. Okay, 2 dark opposite colors. With this mix right now, we can create a pretty dark black, but not as deep as we could get with a different mix. Okay, because already we have a kind of a lighter, the yellow is kind of a light color, so it's not gonna allow you to go that deep into dark, but it can get pretty black. Okay, I'm spreading around this blue, but I'm starting to create these cloudy shapes. These are going to be this kind of striped clouds. Only the indications of the clouds, of the edge of the clouds. I'm not planning on building the full body of the clouds here. Okay, only kind of the edge, the perimeter, where the sunlight is hitting. Cool. I'm going to spread a little bit more blue here. Remember, this is pure blue. We're not using black in our sky this time. Okay, pure titanium white on my brush. This is my round brush. You can use any brush, and I'm kind of making this circular shape, which is the sun. This is going to be super bright, but remember that white is already mixing with the yellow that is underneath. Okay, pretty cool, pretty cool. Remember, this is pure titanium white that is getting a hint of that yellow behind. Cool, cool. You can have it very, very defined, the perimeter of the circle, or you can have it kind of hazy, like it's disappearing into the yellow. Both ways work very good. I'm gonna leave this like this for now, but I think I'm softening later on depending on how the paint is looking, okay? So the same is my brush with white, but remember that that white is already painted with a little bit of yellow from the canvas, okay? And I'm gonna start to make this cloudy edge right here, touching this zone. Be careful, be patient. Starts looking like a cloud already. We don't need much to make those shapes, to make that illusion of cloud. Okay, this is a very heavily loaded brush, and I'm moving that paint in lines carefully, okay? So pick a good deal of white with a touch of yellow and move it around in lines, in stripes, irregulars of course. We don't want pure straight lines here, okay? That won't work for us. Starting to look cool. Let me make this part a little bit more with haze, more blurry, because it's going to be super far away. That's very funny because at the same time it's going to be very, very bright, closer to the sun. Okay, okay. More clouds about here. Remember, you don't need to follow the exact shapes that you already laid there, okay? You don't have to follow the exact shapes that you already had there. You can use them, but you can also overlay them. That's what we are doing. Okay, looking cool. Look how now my white is mixing with the orange and reds, and it's giving me this tone of I don't know, it's closer to a skin tone. Pretty cool. By the way, if you are mixing for some reason a skin tone, remember that it has more yellow that you can imagine, okay? If you are mixing a skin tone, kind of a white skin, it gets a lot more yellow that you can think of, okay? Okay, I changed my brush here to make it slower, to go faster. Very cool. A little bit more here. Let's make another line here. More cloudy indications. It already looks like a sky. Cloudy sky. With the sunset shining in the horizon. Okay, carefully here. We have a lot of paint here, so it's gonna start to move a little bit different. You're gonna start to pull more the paint that you have there, okay? We only want in this part to give that hazy indication of a cloudy shape, okay? Not that defined as the others. Cool. Now I'm applying the paint with my round brush and I'm softening with my fan brush, okay? Be careful, we don't want to cover all this with white We want to keep those darker parts to give us that sensation of the night coming, okay? Cool. Little by little. Little by little. We're going to need a little bit more cloudy shapes around here. Remember lines. Remember you can use your brush in different positions, okay? You don't always have to hold it like this. You can play with it so it gives you the effect on the paint that you want. Very good. More clouds here in the base of the yellow. Cool. Remember, all this is sky. All this is sky. We have a very, very low horizon line. So everything else is the skies and clouds and the sun, of course. We need to give that impression. I'm lowering this cloud line a little bit more, softening these parts here. Okay, it's just the indication. I'm not picking paint, I'm using the paint that I already have, okay, on the brush. If you see me taking the brush away, it's not always to pick more paint, it's because I'm looking at the painting, okay? It's not always to pick more paint. Very cool. Only indication. Remember, I want to keep these corners dark. We just gave them a little bit of a shape. More lines. More lines. I want to use the paint that I have here on the side. That's why I'm using the round brush like this. When you superload your brushes, the paint start to go up on your brushes, all to the metal part. And I don't want to leave it there and then just clean it and throw it away to the trash. So that's why I'm using it. Very cool. Remember, you can also pick a brush from your brushes with other brush, okay? Very cool. It's looking cool. Not too complex. Not too complex. You just need a little bit of patience to make those lines. Remember, we are leaving those kind of blank spaces of reds and oranges. We need that space. This is going to look super wide open. Super wide open, kind of lonely if you want. But it's going to look pretty cool. Kind of lonely, kind of nostalgic with that dead tree there. And only the line looking at the sun. With no one around. Pretty cool. Very nice. Little bit more of brushing here. I'm not adding paint, I'm softening, but only the upper part of those whites, okay? I want kind of a edgy, the part that is being hit by the sun. Very good. I'm going to pull this line here to the sun, and I'm going to do kind of the same from the other side. All these lines pointing in that direction also give us a way to follow with the eyes, okay? Kind of a roadway, kind of traffic sign that you have to go this way, okay? We're going to learn a little by little more about it. Now let me haze this part of the sun a little bit more. Careful, this is pure titanium white, and I'm going to add dots of light. I don't want this super white, only a little bit brighter. The sun is hitting harder. Not so much. Remember, this is a super light yellow because I had a white in this brush. Okay. Looking cool, looking cool. You can stop in the tree, okay, if you don't feel confident enough that you can paint the lion, okay? You can stop at the tree. Looks cool, you're going to see. But that's the test for today, okay? The lion. The lion is our test of how good can we control our hand, our brush stroke. Okay, again, this is the pure blue on my fan brush, and I'm darkening the top part of those lights to give the sensation of three dimensions, okay? A little bit, just a little bit. We don't need much more, a lot of blue. It's just a little gentle touch with the brush. This is not even loaded, it's with the paint that I already had there. Okay? Touches, little shadowing above our clouds. Just on the opposite side of where the light is hitting, okay? So if my sun in this part is down, below me, my shadowing is going to be above, okay? Above. Let me darken this part a little bit more. Okay. Just scrubbing the paint that I had on the brush. Cool. Cool. We're closing our sight to that zone there. I'm gonna go here a little bit fast. These are just branches and twigs. Dry tree. And if you want, you can leave it right here, okay? Remember that this tree don't need to be the exact shape that I have here, okay? Yeah. These kind of trees are very, very common in the savannah. I've seen them on the TV and Discovery Channel. Yeah, the big cats just climb there. Okay, this is where we slow down. We're going to paint this in real time. First thing, I'm going to lay down this dot. A couple of dots are going to be our guidelines, okay? So, first thing, paint these dots to guide us. And then I'm going to pull this shape, kind of a branch, but it's important that you follow this shape in this case, okay? This one you actually have to copy. It's kind of a S shape, but kind of straight. And now I'm going to thicken the upper part. This is going to be one of the rear legs of the lion. Remember, the lion is going to be looking at the sun and is going to be standing. Okay, so this is the left rear leg. Now here we are shaping the other leg, okay? Remember, these kind of S shapes are important, and it's important that you go from the left to the right, because that right spot, that right kind of tip that we have there is going to give the shape of kind of the knee of the leg of the lion, okay? Okay, now here let me pull this. This blank spot between these two lines is going to be super important. Okay, you have to keep that. You can't miss that. Okay. Okay, let me do the same thing. I'm thickening kind of the knee of the lion. If you have cats, look at them. It's the same shape, basically. Let me just make this left leg a little bit thicker at the top. And look how I dotted kind of the paw right there on the ground, the indication of the paw. Very good. Now I'm going to make an horizontal line a little bit. And from this spot closer to the sun, this is going to be the hair, the fur of the lion, okay? So we're going to work it like this very, very slowly. We want that edge full of fur. So I'm pulling from the center with my brush, and then I'm pulling up from the canvas to give this sensation of furry edge, okay? Very, very furry. Okay, let me fill this up to here. This is the body of the lion. This will be kind of the ribs. Let me work this part, the hand, a little bit more on the other side. Same idea. Same idea. We want the furry edge. Very cool. More fur. This side. Okay, you are starting to take shape, don't you think? We're only missing the front part of the lion. Don't worry, I know it kind of looks funny, kind of a goblin with a cane walking a little bit bent, but no, it's a lion. Starting to take shape, okay? Look how I'm only coloring a little bit from the hand down. This is the body. Now you can see the body, right? And let's draw a line, straight line, kind of to guide us. To guide us, we're going to use this to build our front right leg, okay? Right now, still looks kind of funny, but you don't worry. We are building little by little with our paint. Okay, let me thicken this a little bit more. Thicken this a little bit more. Very cool. This kind of the chest. Kind of the chest that is connected to the leg, okay? Usually, if you have paid attention, these big cats have thicker legs in the front than in the back, okay? Because they fight with us. They fight with us. Okay, there you have your two frontal legs. Let me thicken this back leg a little bit more. This one too. Good. That is the lion. You can see it, right? There's kind of an angle on the camera, but I'm going to leave the photo when we finish so you can see it from a frontal perspective point of view. Now let's draw this very simple line, and with kind of a furry dot on the tip, the tail of course. That is your lion, people. You can leave it like this. I'm just going to add some more little stuff here, retouching some spots, but it already looked like a lion. Reshaping the leg a little bit. A little bump here is kind of the heel of the lion. They have their heels kind of up in the air. Their heels are not like our heels. Very cool. A little bit more fur here. More fur on the tail. Cool. Cool, cool. Yeah, a little bit more hair. Let's comb this guy a little bit more. And some of the fur is gonna have to appear right here in the middle of those frontal legs, okay? I think we are done, people. I'm just going to add a little bit of rust indications here and there. Nothing special. Remember, we want this time this kind of open field of view. Here's the pictures. I hope you liked it, and please subscribe and invite your friends, and of course give it a like, and I see you on the next time.